Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. I want to talk about an issue we see so often with thrusters, push press and push jerk, and it's people get that bar, either it's not in their front rack and it's in their hands, or it's in their front rack, and then as they're coming up, they just start using their arms too early. So I think a big part of this is just kind of a misunderstanding of what we're trying to do with functional movement in general. And what we're trying to do is make your body as this is the dumbest thing I've ever said, as functional as possible. So really we're trying to teach you how to get the most power out of your body. So what I like to show people is if I'm swinging and I swing like this, arms and hips follow, you don't have to know anything about a swing to know that that looks pretty weak. And I'm not going to be able to get a lot of drive out of the arms alone. So it happens to people, and what we want to do is we want to drive the hips, and that hip drive mixed with the arms gives us all of that power. So we want to do the exact same thing here. So we just need to change what you're thinking. And even though on the thruster and on the push press and on the jerk, we're going to be using a lot of arm, just like in a swing, we're going to be using a lot of arm. It's going to be primarily the biggest thing is going to be your hips. If we were trying to figure out how much you could do a thrust or push press or jerk, I'd be more curious on how much you can squat versus how much you can press, even though the end of these movements are pressing movements. So the issue that we see a lot, we know we want to keep that bar in our front rack position. So the issue we see a lot is either not having the bar in their front rack position or having it and then on the way up, their brain telling them they need to press, and then you see the bar roll into their hands. So by the time their hips drive, they've got it completely in their arms, and they've lost a lot of that power out of the front rack. So remember, we like to think about it as we're trying to get power out of the legs and hips straight into the bar. And if the bar is sitting on top of you, we can get that power into that bar. But if we're coming up, and on the way up, we drop, the bar rolls. Not only is that going to push the bar forward, but now the bar and some of the weight is sitting in my hands. So now some of that power has to go through my shoulder, my elbow, and my wrist to get to that barbell. And we just lose a lot of that power through all those muscles. But if we can keep it in that front rack position and then go get it, we can get a ton of power there. So don't make the mistake of dropping those elbows too early. Get that bar on top of you, drive it up with the hips, and then go attack it with the arms. Hope that helps. Talk to y'all soon.